It's Robin Red here with you today from the Scrap Room, and I'm sharing my Shots of Life layout for April. I am using Echo Park's Spring Fling 4x4 journaling cards. As you may know, 4x4 cards are an unusual, unique size. We normally have 3x4 or 4x6. But there are pocket page protectors with 4x4 pockets in them too, so that works out perfectly. So I chose a couple of layouts that have 4x4 spots so I could include this paper. I cut out my cards, separate each one, trim my photos. On the photos, I left a white border around each one, as you could see. The center row is 4x4 squares. The top and bottom rows are 4x6 spaces. So the pictures are printed smaller size than 4x6. So I need to find two matching pink papers so I could make 4x6 mats for those 4x5 and something or other pictures. Lay them out again. I see that the photos are too high for the mat, where you won't see any of the mat on the top and bottom of the photo, so I trim them down a little bit so there's pink mat around each of the sides. I do like the white frame around the photos, so maybe I'll print those pictures a little bit smaller so I could still use the white border. So I'm measuring this 4x4 square. It's a little bit smaller than the 4x4 pocket, and I want the cards matted, so I trim them down a little bit so we have a little 1/4 inch frame around each of the 4x4 cards. And I trim them each one down ever so slightly. I think it's 1/8 of an inch on each side, so they're centered. Now I look at the pink cards and I think they really would look nice if those pictures had a white mat on them, but they're too big for that. So I'm going to put a punched paper trim on one side of the mats underneath the pictures to give it a little bit of pop. So I'll put them on the left and right sides of all four pictures, the outsides edges. I'm using like a bubble punch, little circles border that I've had for a very long time. And I have a nice selection of punches, and it's nice to be able to pull them out and use them once in a while. Makes me feel justified in buying them 10 years ago. Oh, and this washi paper that came in our kits. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. I saw it in a scrapbook store a while back, and I wanted to buy it, but I didn't, and I'm glad I didn't because we got it anyway. It's a little pastel plaid print. And I will put that on the opposite side of the bubble edge punched cardstock. add a little bit of decoration onto it. Adhering all my photos to the cards, all my embellishments. Now, I really think that's cute how I put that washi tape on that white paper, but that's the only one I did it. Oh, I know why. Because it was the white background photo. It kind of needed a little something something other than white. Using my handy dandy ATG gun to adhere everything together. On this one, I am spelling out treats, and these stickers are Heidi Swap that came in the Shots of Life kit. And on this one, I'm spelling out snacks. This was at a scrapbook retreat up in Big Bear at Apples. What was it? Apples Country Barn Estates. A real nice place. Real fun retreat. I needed another S, so I cut a little bit of excess off the $sign and used that for my S. There's always one letter you don't have. I journal on there every day. From Scrappin' Happenings, we get snacks. And then on the other card, it says, so many goodies. Oh, this is the flower vase I fussy cut out. Wasn't that a question on the Scrap Room Facebook group? Fussy cut, yay or nay? I say yay. Fussy cutting this kite from one of the 4x4 squares. And I use fun foam to back it to give it a little bit of dimension. And here I am spelling out dinner. We did go out to eat this one night. And once again, I didn't have enough ends, so I cut out the outline of an empty end and made it into a square and used it as a negative space N. Maybe you'll be able to see what I'm talking about once I get it done here. Put everything in the pockets. And that page is just about finished. We must add the enamel dots, of course. I just love that little bit of embellishment to a page. So quick and easy. Flowers, Put them in the center of a flower. Now for the second page, I'm using a page that has 4x4 squares on the top and bottom and 3x4 pockets down the middle. I trim down my small photos and stick them in the pockets for placement, just so I know where they might go. Make sure I have enough to fill all the pockets. I have a couple 4x4, well, that shoe one isn't 4x4, but it's going to go in a 4x4 spot. And the bottom photo there is a 4x4 photo. So you could use larger photos in the 4x4s, or you could cut down a 4x4 card and make it a 3x4 card, like I did with that Life is Fun with You card right there. In this photo, I'm making it into a 4x4 card with layering different pocket page cards. Trim down the photo so I can get more of the pocket page card on the 4x4 piece. Now I pull the 3x4 cards I don't think I'll use in another layout, and I use them as mats. They're cute, and their color theme goes well with this other paper. I believe that was my Mind's Eye 3x4 cards, journaling cards. And a lot of them had lines on it, which was great for me to journal on, in which I'm doing on this card, and it says March 22nd through 25th, 2018, Scrappin' Happenings Spring Fling at Apples Country Barn Estates. Okay, so that's where it was, Apples Country Barn Estates. Who, what, where, and when. I'm journaling on some photos with a white pen, and that says earplugs. This one says spring, a little redundant. But the white writing on there makes it look nice. Here it says bringing back the docks, mountain ready. The docks meaning Doc Martens. Doc Marten shoes. Put the photos in and I'm done. And here they are together. Thanks for coming by. We'll see you next month.